Hello everyone, Specter here, and welcome to Star Citizen. Today we're going to take a look at the Aegis Hammerhead. The Aegis Hammerhead is a corvette, so it's one of the ships that got the most firepower in the game currently. But if you want to have such a firepower, you need to have a lot of people to fill up the positions. If not, if this ship is not fully manned, then this ship technically is not going to give you a lot of benefit. But before I tell you more, let's get to it first. From the front, you can see there's a big glass box in here. So this one is a cockpit, or I should say it's a bridge. And for this ship, you've got a lot of turrets, and each turret got 4 size 4 laser repeaters. So it means that each turret got the firepower similar to the Constellation series ships. Of course, you may say the Constellation series ships can swap out 2 of its weapon into 2 size 5 fixed weapon. So it would be a little bit stronger, but still, if you talk about a single turret can provide a similar firepower than the Constellation series ship, then the ship technically you got what, like 1, 2, and the third one at the back, and 2 more in here. Then basically, as you can see right now, you got 5 of these turrets, and exclude the turret that is up there. Yes, why I would say it like that, because sometimes even though how well you adjust your ship, at the most in the most situation, I mean in the very best situation I should say, only 5 of those turrets can hit the target. The other one left behind cannot. So that's why I say 5, but actually you got 6 of these kind of turrets around the ship to protect the ship and also like escorting the nearby friendly allies. Alright. Okay, now let's get inside of this ship first, as this ship technically nothing to see from the outside. You have 3 points of entry. One is at the back as a cargo bay. The other 2 would be the elevator from here. So these elevator, just like the Retaliator, just lower down, do it like this, or I should say the Argo Mole as well as the Argo Mole. They got a similar elevator. Alright, after you enter the ship, you have 2 ways to go. Now I will start from front first. From the front here, this is the docking bay. So you need to be patient a little bit, I think. Is it? No. Alright, good. Okay, so when the time that a long time ago, probably the ship is needed to be like docked in some area, like a landing pad. Just land it will be fine. But like after the docking mechanism is working, this ship is one of the 2 ships that can use the docking bay like this. So one is the Hammerhead, the other one would be the 890 jump. So when you enter some sort of space stations, all you need to do is not land on the pad, but instead, okay, unless those space station would be looks like the Port Olisar one, then you need to land on the pad. But if you talk about like Everest Harbor, okay, these kind of like newer version of the space stations, then you can just similarly just dock it with this place. So you just need to use the head to like aim at the docking bay, and then you can just walk out from the ship from here. Alright, instead of landing, which is very cool. Okay, now if you talk about the bridge, it will be here. So you can either call out the elevator, but for me, I choose to climb down there instead. Alright, you have two options. So just in case the elevator is glitched out, then you can just simply just climb down here, will be fine. Then you will enter the bridge. Alright, so later on I will talk more about it, but let's move on to the other part of the ship first. Now I take the elevator. Excuse me. Okay, good, excellent. So on the both side, from the front of the ship, it will be the turret. Alright. So let me show it to you. How does it work? So when you enter the turret will kind of like pop out from the ship itself, from the hull. Okay, so basically you can see the firing angle of this turret is quite amazing. So basically, since this ship is quite big, so you have a turret that with that kind of wide angle, like shooting angle, and it's a very good thing to have. Especially this is a combat ship, so you can expect it kind of deliver death to the other hostiles. All right. Okay, so let me exit the turret. So basically all the turrets looks like this. I should say 4 of those at the side of the ship would be looks like this. Okay, so let's move to the back here. You got another elevator to go down there. This is another point of entry of the ship. Back here, again, a turret. Alright, and these I believe are escape pods. Alright. Same as the other side of it. Okay. Good. Now, if you don't know how to navigate, actually they give you the sign, okay? So you can just walk through the sign would be fine. I mean, just look at the sign would be fine. Over here, you have the upper turret, which is the turret that you cannot see from the ground. Alright. So, yep. So basically, it's the same as the other turrets, just belongs to the upper part of the ship. Okay, now how about this one? This one is like captain's room. So you got a shelf in here for putting something here. Okay, so you can enter the seat from here, which is not functional at all, so it's okay to skip it. You've got a captain's quarter in here. You have a bed for you to lock out and lock back in, which I don't suggest you to use it. You got a private toilet and the bathroom, and also you got a few pallets of toilet paper, which is nice. So the whole section in here, this room's design, it just looks like a reclaimer. Yeah, just repaint it into like a green for that room. Alright. Okay, so we got up from here. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you these. Okay, so yep. So in here is, let's talk about this one first. This one is at the it's a crew quarter, so it's for the crew to sleep. Those beds can be used for lockout and lock back in. And this is a toilet, I believe. Yep, these are the toilet, which is good. Oh, it is leaking, by the way. That's not nice. I hope that is not another toilet. Sewer. Alright, and this one is the bathroom for you to take your crew to take a bath. Okay. Oh, it's dripping again. Alright. So move back upward a little bit. Yup, I believe it is. Yeah. Sorry, I haven't talked about this section yet. So let's move on a little bit here. So this is the engineering room. So you got another one on the other side of the room. So basically, it's the same, identical to both sides. And here is a cargo bay for you to hold like 40 SC of cargo. Yep. So if you have some loot, you can put it here in the future. And also, I believe you can hold a rock, a mining vehicle in here, if necessary. But if you talk about holding a rock in here by using a hammerhead, then I suggest you just simply purchase the colors black for that. It will be much more easier, as this ship in the atmosphere will be very clumsy. And in here is for you to manage your, probably is your engine, which is very bright. I'm not going to look at it for too long. In here is the last turret that you can enter, which requires you to do it upside down. Alright. So this is the back turret. Alright, so this floor is already done, technically. So we are going to move on to the second floor. Yup, you have 2 levels on this ship. So this section is quite simple because you have only one way to go. So this is the operator room, I think. It's an engineer station, by the way. I hope that they got a feature that you can lower your ramp from here, just like the Caterpillar can do. Yep. So anyway, you can't help. So yeah, it's an engineering room. Over here, when you enter this place, is like a briefing room for the crew and also the mess hall. Alright, so you can let your crew to eat or drink in here, so that to stay in the server for a longer period of time. In the future, not now. Oh, by the way, I forgot. Here, it's just like a storage for you to put your extra food, maybe canned food or MRE in here. Alright. Man refused to eat, something like that. No, just joking. Meals ready to eat, I think. Yeah, but I heard that some MRE is just like very like the taste is not good to the point that man refused to eat. So people are started joking around. Alright, so basically this is a tour of the ship. Yup, we finished already. Alright, so here is like let me talk about the ship, okay? So if you are like willing to play with the others, or you got some friends, that's a very good thing to own this ship, as this ship really requires you to play with the other people. Yeah, so if you are like the old players, you have played or maybe you played this game during free flight, you may heard someone may use a global chat to keep asking like how many people left. So you kind of guess they are trying to get the hammerhead out of the hangar. Yep. So because this ship, if you really want it to be functional, technically, you need at least like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 of them in total to man the turret, while one of them, maybe you yourself, to man this station to fly the ship. Alright? For you, you have nothing to shoot at, technically, because you don't have any kind of laser weaponries in here, but you can fire missiles, which got 32 missiles in total. Yep, that's it. That is all you have. And if you have one more person right next to you as a co-pilot, he or she can help you to fire the missiles as well. So all you need to do is just simply very focus on how to pilot the ship. So in the game, it costs you around how to say 12 to 13 million in-game credits. So I should say 12.5 million to be exact. All right, it's quite expensive as as this is a Corvette, and you got such a firepower indeed. But if you're a solo player only, and you always like prefer to fly a ship by yourself, not playing with the others, then this ship technically is not your cup of tea, as this ship really requires you to play with the other people. All right. And for the docking mechanism, it's kind of cool. Although, if you're not familiar with it, then you may have a hard time to adjust your angle, like kind of odd to find a space to kind of land, so-called. Okay, and when you finally adjust your angle, then you need to keep pressing N. Yeah, which I rarely to use because N means holding N if you're close enough to the pad or docking bay, then it means that it's automatically helping you to dock your ship or like land your ship. Yeah, but normally for landing, like on this kind of pad, I will not. I don't need to use any kind of automatic landing because I don't trust um, the the AI itself. I don't know, but yeah, if you talk about docking procedures with a docking bay, I kind of need that because no matter how hard I try to do it manually, still I failed. Yeah, so I gave up and then just like, yeah, why not? Because this is one of the two ships that got docking mechanism only. The other ships do not need to. Okay, don't even need to. Not even the reclaimer, which is odd because like reclaimer is not be able to dock like land on most of the space stations, but they don't have a docking mechanism. Yeah, maybe they are thinking about the other things. I don't know. All right. So yep, this is quite a if you want to get the ship in game, you still need to grind up a little bit. Yeah, it's might not as worthy as you think if you cannot got it like fully manned. Yep. And just in case, okay, you got a lot of friends are playing this game. They are willing to play with you, of course, and your timing is very match up with each other. That's very great. And you want to support the game development, and you want to purchase this ship, like forever. Then how to do that? Yes, of course, with real money. Always money can solve most of the things, I should say. Yep. At least in Star Citizen, like buying a ship, okay, can solve like not to. I mean, you don't need to grind it. So for real money, when it is available, it costs you around 700, a little bit more than 700, I think. Yeah. The exact price point I forgot already, but I think it's more than $700. Yeah, it's quite expensive, but it's a Corvette. Yeah, it's not just a big ship, but it's a Corvette. You got very good protections and also a strong firepower if you fully manned. Yep, it just takes some. If you are doing alone, then you don't know how does it work. If it's fully manned, you don't want to play with the other people, then you can take on some missions that to take out the Hammerhead. So you can just hijack the other AI's Hammerhead and then turn it into your own Hammerhead for that period of time in the server. Okay, because once you lock out, that Hammerhead will be gone. So you can try to do other bounty missions within that period of time, then to see how strong would it be on the ship. Okay, so basically it's quite strong to handle. Okay, I mean, it's quite strong to kind of like if you're flying it, okay, and it would be a kind of headache if you are dealing with it. All right, so yep, that is it for today's video, and I hope that you enjoy it. And if you think this video is kind of helpful, feel free to leave a like. And if you have any ideas or like suggestions that I can do better, or you have other thinkings about the ship, and also you have any kind of questions you want to ask, feel free to leave a comment down below. So I shall see you guys next time then. Bye bye.